What's going on, EOP sports fans? It's your boy, Sal G. And we had a thriller of a game here tonight. If you stayed up late to watch this one, man, the Phillies come from behind. They were down 3-2 at the top of the ninth, put up a five spot in the top of the ninth, and go ahead and take the first win in game two of the series against the Colorado Rockies. And they win 8-4. That was a fun game. Hope you're all having a good night and a good Sunday morning to you on this Memorial Day weekend. It was a fun day for me today. I don't have much of a voice because I was yelling so much all day at Dolan's Wiffle Ball Mania, and I'll be telling you a little bit more about that in a little bit. But yeah, dramatic fashion. It's the 17th come from behind win this season for the Phillies. That's the most in Major League Baseball. So our Phillies continue to fight even when they're down and out and look like they're done for. The series wasn't looking good. They lost yesterday. Bryce Harper gets thrown out in the first inning, and there wasn't a lot of scoring. It's Colorado. The ball's supposed to jump out of the ballpark, but I guess with the humidor and the team over there not being very good, maybe that had something to do with it. Game two was starting to look like more of the same from yesterday. They're looking sluggish. Nola wasn't looking good, but they come from behind. They fight. They do. They are their namesake, the Fightin' Phils, and we're covering them here on the Fightin's Final. That was a fun win for sure. They now lead the NL East by 7 games over the Braves. So we know we all love to see that. That's good stuff right there. And everybody, whoever's on with me tonight, staying up late. It's always great when you can stay up late and you get a win out of it. Please like, please share, and please subscribe if you haven't already done so. It means a lot to us, and we appreciate your support. That is not a comment. Here's a comment. Elephant in the room. Hey, a win is a win. Now let's win the series tomorrow. Yeah, let's go ahead and win the series. We got the rubber match. We got Ranger Suarez going tomorrow. That's an afternoon game. Memorial Day, Memorial weekend, all right, I guess, because it's not Memorial Day yet. But I love baseball during this time of the year. The Memorial Day weekend for me, I always think about baseball as well as thinking about, the brave men and women who lost their lives, you know, for this great country of ours. So hope everyone remembers that when they're enjoying their Memorial Day and the freedoms that we all have. Yeah, let's win that series tomorrow. Star Wars saying that ninth inning was nice. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Big Al, what's up, Big Al? Had fun with you earlier today. Snooze fest until the ninth. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Can fans calm down? Can they back off the ledge? Um, Calm down, back off the ledge. Yeah, I guess. Let's hope so, because I know the Rockies are there. We are the best team in baseball and in the National League, but the Rockies are the worst team in the National League. So if we would have lost, we lost yesterday, and again, who knows what the outcome would have been if Bryce Harper actually got to play the entire game. But yeah, if we lost another one to the Rockies, I'm sure a lot of fans would have been saying the sky's falling. Even though I'd probably be on here and saying, well, we're due for one of these type of deals. It's baseball and all that good stuff. But Daniel Barry, Sports Highlights. Yo, what's going on? All right. Oops, what I do? I messed up. All right. Go ahead. I'm going to show you. Let's get into one of our ads here. I'm going to let's. I goofed. Let me thank all the sponsors real quick. Streetlight Kitchen and Bar, Sherry'sTickets.com, PhillySportsTrips.com, Cherry Law Firm, and Dolan's Bar. And Speaking of Dolan's Bar, I'm going to bring this up right now because this was the highlight of my day, everyone. I was at Dolan's Bar earlier with the EOP crew. We were hanging out for Wiffle Ball Mania, and we had John Kruk there. We had Mickey Morandini there. I got to meet those guys. It was very cool. Watch Mickey Morandini pitch wiffle ball and taking it very seriously too. He is a competitor, even though he's no longer a major leaguer. He wants to win. But we were out at Dolan's, great time. I got to say hello to PJ as well, meet him for the first time. But yeah, check out Dolan's Bar. We got Quizzo, music, great times, memorabilia giveaways, and you have events like today. And I'm going to go ahead and brag a little bit about today. So let me go ahead and shameless plug myself while you get to look at my face because I probably should have covered that up. But I got something here for you. Check this out. When I got John Kruk and Mickey Morandini to sign my hat, so that was very cool. And here's me with a picture of John Kruk. That was awesome. Man, I was a kid when I saw these guys play, man. That's is a special moment for me. Is Mickey Morandini. Look at Mickey Morandini, man. He looks like he can still play. And you know what? I thought Mickey Morandini, when you watch him on baseball on TV, thought he was like a scrawny type guy. No, this dude's a solid dude, and he has like a six pack, right? He's got to be in his 50s, if not 60s, right? Early 60s, and the guy still looks great. I mean, the only thing that looked like a change on him was his hair color. But the guy's still in good shape, man. For real. I was like, damn, dude, Mickey Morandini is not as small as I thought he was. So, and there's me with my dad bod there. So, but yeah, that was Dolan's Bar, man. It was a fun time. They've been doing that for several years now. So it was fun to be there for the first time. Check it out. There's some more comments here. Turnbull was not great after that first. Yeah, Turnbull was not great. I understand he was out there. We might say, why was he out there? Why not somebody else? Well, because we were up 8-3 at the time. Turnbull needed work, and I guess they wanted to save, the high leverage guys for tomorrow because you really want to take the series, right? If you can win tonight and you could save your heavy hitters like Strom, Alvarado, Kirkring, and Hoffman, if you don't have to use them tonight and use them for tomorrow and get that series win, you'd prefer to do that. Happy Sunday, yes. Joey Sharon, what's up, buddy? I had fun with hanging out with you too earlier. What a comeback. Yeah, that was awesome, man. That was awesome. I mean, just all the action that happened in that inning. We had Sosa tripling and knocking in Mark. Oh, you know what? Hold before I get into all that, hold on real quick. We think we have it crazy with the bullpen by committee, closer by committee situation. Look what the heck Colorado did. Could you imagine if that were Topper doing this? Jalen Beeks pitched the eighth, leads off the ninth, right? They're up. So he's leading off the ninth. So now you're like, he's closing the game out. He just pitched the eighth. Walks Marsh. They take him out, put Lawrence in. And then Sosa triples, gets a triple. I mean, Sosa, dude, this guy has been money ever since Turner went down. Look at all this stuff we're doing as a team right now. And we don't even have Turner. So when we get Turner back on this team, it's like we just made a trade because this guy's been out for several weeks. We're still kicking butt. We're the best team in baseball. And getting this guy Turner back is only going to make our team just a little bit better. But man, that ninth inning was after Sosa, right? That clutch hit, knocking in Marsh to tie the game at 3. And then you have Stubbs, who had a nice game. He had made some nice defensive plays in the field. I know people criticize maybe his pitch framing and feel like, he doesn't have good rapport when the starters are in. That's debatable. He has a small sample size. But Stubbs, he came through. He knocked in Sosa for the Phillies to take the 4-3 lead. Schwarber then hit a double, and that was his third hit of the game. And then you had Bryce Harper with the cherry on top, Oppo Boppo, 3-run home run down the left field, foul line, inside the foul pole to get a home run. I mean, he's a left-handed bat, and he pretty much hit it all the way to the other side of the park down the line, and he smashed it. And it was definitely high, and you could tell Bryce Harper probably put a little extra oomph on that one because he was probably salty as hell that he got rung up in the first inning of yesterday's game. After hearing all his comments and stuff. So I know that Bryce loved that, and the team loved that win. That was fun. 7 games up in the NL East. That is correct, Star Wars. Joey Sheeran sounds like he's still feeling it from the event today. I'm a little hoarse. Yeah, I feel like I smoked a couple of Marlboro Reds, but I haven't smoked cigarettes in a long ass time. Ellis, what's going on? Good comeback win tonight. Get the rubber game tomorrow. Yep, yep. Yeah, Joey. Yeah, they did want to save Strom. And again, you'd rather have him tomorrow in the rubber match, get that series win. So I'm fine with saving him. I know he was warming up in the bullpen when Turnbull got in a little bit of trouble, but that dude's got a rubber arm. He could go multi innings and pitch multiple days. So not worried about it. He'll be fine. Right. Let me go ahead and break into another ad for y'all. We got Philly sports trips, and we got this trip in Baltimore just around the corner, 90 minutes down the road. Go ahead, the famous and legendary Camden Yards. Take a day trip there with Philly sports trips. If you're a Philly sports fan and you want to travel with your favorite team, then travel with the best. If you want to travel with the pros, then go to phillysportstrips.com. Philly Sports Trips features premium travel and tailgating experiences for the best period fans, period, ever, period, the Philadelphia sports fan. And Philly Sports Trips have self-travel packages and full travel packages available with round-trip flights for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, and the Union. They even offer day trip for more local games like this Baltimore trip right here. Go to phillysportstrips.com and you sign up immediately and you tell them EOP sent you. And don't forget, Philly Sports Trips has all the away trips for the Eagles' upcoming 2024 season. Jump on it now before you lose out on these great opportunities. Go to phillysportstrips.com and don't miss that next great Philly sports moment. And if you can't make that Baltimore trip or you're thinking about another trip after Baltimore, how about Chicago? Wrigley Field, July 3rd through the 7th. That's 4th of July week. You know that's going to be a good time. Going to get your fireworks. You're going to have your hot dogs, your peanuts, your Cracker Jacks. You're going to have a good time there at Philly Sports Trips, hanging out for a few days, checking out the game in Wrigley there. That's a great time. So, yeah, if you could do it, come on out. All right. Let me see. I thought I missed some more comments here. Oh, yeah. Let me go ahead and elephant in the room. Sosa's been fantastic. Yeah. I mean, you want to talk about, you know, obviously, we'll just equate the sixth man of the year, NBA. We'll just throw it here for MLB. I mean, this guy off the bench, man, what he can do is versatility. The guy plays great shortstop. He might be the best shortstop on the team defensively. Guy can play anywhere, coming up with clutch hits. I mean, yeah, the pixie dust might run out eventually with him. Probably get overexposed if you play him too much. I don't think he's an everyday player. He doesn't have enough pop in the bat, and he'd probably get overmatched eventually. But yeah, for what this guy's doing right now, filling in, you can't ask for a better sub. Star Wars saying Schwarber 3 for 3 for nice. Yeah, it was. I mean, Schwarber. I just love that this team isn't depending on the long ball, and I felt like maybe that's why it's crazy. Like, why is this team better than the team from last year and the year before? Because it hasn't drastically changed much, right? But I think a lot of it has to do with just their approach at hitting. Just seems to be different. I just feel like it was always all or nothing with them. Just home runs, strikeouts, or walk. That's it. There's no there's no regular base hits. You're not moving runners around. I saw a stat earlier. Phillies have the 21 sack fly RBIs for the Phillies this year. I don't know how many they had last year, but 21 for May sack fly RBI seems like a lot, and that's pretty clutch to me. And that's boring stuff to a lot of people. but I don't want to see home runs all the time. That's boring. I love situational baseball, smart baseball, heady baseball, advancing runners, grinding runs, stealing bases, old school ball. Joey shared "Oppo Boppo" is your new catchphrase. You know what? I stole that from Tom McCarthy, and when I first heard him say it, I thought it was the corniest thing, and then it just grew on me. So now it's one of those things. So now I just love "Oppo Boppo." And I don't even know if T Mac says that anymore, but that's where I first heard it. Joey saying Cody Clemens in left. They will keep this kid up even when Trey comes back. Yeah, I think so. And he's also your only other left-handed bat on the bench aside from Stubbs, who is your backup catcher. So you do need another left-handed bat, and you're going to have Clemens there. So I don't know what's going to happen. Somebody's got to get the boot, and who's it going to be? Whit Merrifield. You're not going to get rid of Sosa. Whit Merrifield. You're going to just dump his money and say, "See ya." I don't know. There's something they can do. They're going to have to do something though. But yeah, Clemens has to stay for sure. All right, let me go ahead and let's break down some of these box scores for you guys. So yeah, like Big Al was saying earlier, this game was a snooze fest for the first part of it. I mean, you pretty much got a game's worth of action in that half inning in the ninth. I mean, that was like all the action. And it's funny because you watch that, you're like, oh, that was a great game tonight. But really, it's like it was only a great half inning, right? But it's just yeah, they just compacted it all in that one inning there. Schwarber, he got his 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 RBI, and a walk. That's a nice game from your leadoff hitter, Kyle Schwarber. Bryson Stott continues to produce. He went 1 for 4 with a run and a walk. Bryce Harper, he went 2 for 5. He got his revenge with a run scored, 4 RBIs with the Oppo Boppo, as Joey Sheeran says, is my trademark. That home run down left field, foul pole, inside the pole, wrapped right around it. Alec Bohm just continues to do Alec Bohm things. 2 for 5 with a run. Nick Castellanos went 1 for 5 with an RBI. He was robbed of a hit in the first inning. The player, I believe his name, he ended up getting taken out of the game because he looked like he smashed his wrist up. It was Beck. Beck, yeah, he had made a nice diving catch to get Nick out. Otherwise, Nick would have had another hit. I mean, he was robbed there. The glove, if you guys saw that, the glove came off the guy and the ball was still in the glove. I never saw that before. The glove was just sitting on the field with the ball still in it. So that ball could have easily popped out of the glove, but it was still in there. But it left the guy's hand. Marshy, I have his shirt on. He didn't do much today. He was 0 for 3 with a run, but he did get a walk. But a big walk, right? That was the walk in the ninth inning that scored the tying run for the Phils. Edmundo Sosa just is ripping it up, 1 for 4, and that one was that triple that gave us the lead. 1 run, 1 RBI. Garrett Stubb with 2 hits, a run and an RBI, and made a nice defensive play where the runner was on third for the Rockies, and the guy hit like a dribbler down the third base line. And Stubbs could have let that ball go foul, but he had the presence of mind to stay in front of the ball, grab it before it went foul, look the runner at third to keep him still from moving, and threw the runner out at first. So that was a nice headsy play. So, I can't give Stubbs hate today. He had a nice game offensively, and that defensive play he made, that was top notch. JT would have been proud of that one. And Johan Rojas, he went 0 for 1, and then Cody Clemens relieved him, went 0 for 1, and then Pache came in as a defensive replacement. And for the Rockies, just go over a couple highlights for them. They had Ezekiel Tovar went 2 for 5 with a run, and Brennan Doyle went 2 for 4 with a run, and Jacob Stallings, the Philly killer, he went 2 for 4, and that was our box score. And then for the hitters, and then you had Schwarber with a double, Bohm with a double, Sosa with that triple, Harper with that his 13th home run of the year, and then the sac fly, the 21st sac fly scored, and that was hit by Schwarber. Smart baseball move. And we had ribbies by Schwarbs, Harper, Castellanos, Sosa, Stubbs, and Bryce Harper with that big 2-out RBI, knocking in uh, 2-out RBI, a 3-run home run, and Nick also had a 2-out RBI. Some nice clutchness there. And we had Garrett Stubbs with a stolen base, and Rojas had a stolen base. You had Marsh with an error in the field. No big deal, no harm. And then to our pitching line, I mean, both pitchers pitched well. Now you look at Nola's final line. It's nice. 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. But for the first half of that start, he was laboring. He threw 3 innings and he had over 60 pitches. So it looked like one of these. It really looked like we're like, man, we're not winning this game. Colorado's just is going to take it. They're going to take the series. And I was thinking in my head, they're going to sweep, but it didn't happen. Nola bounced back, figured out his arm slot, as they were saying in the broadcast, and was just started throwing strikes, having clean innings. He didn't have a clean inning to the fourth, or he didn't have a scoreless inning to the fourth, and then he didn't get his first clean inning, which means nobody got a hit until the 5th inning. And then he pitched back to back 5th and 6th were clean innings, 1, 2, 3. And Sir Anthony came in. He pitched well. He had an inning, gave up a hit with a strikeout. Ruiz came in. He gave up a hit, a walk with 2 strikeouts. And then Turnbull was the one who struggled the most for us tonight, for the relievers. But he went an inning, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, and 3 strikeouts. And on the other side, Dakota Hudson, he pitched fine. He pitched well for the Colorado Rockies, who, as bad as they have been, or the record is overall, they've been playing 500 ball for the most part this month. So that's good for them, right? Dakota Hudson, he went 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 run, 2 earned, 1 walk with 2 punchies. And the weirdness, and then you had Vodnik come in to relieve him, and then you had Jalen Beeks, who went 1 in the 3rd inning. He came out to start the 9th, which is head scratching. Walks Marsh, then Lawrence comes in. The save situation for him, he blows the save, and then Curtis comes in and he lets up more runs, so they couldn't stop the bleeding. Hey, sometimes things just go your way, and I'm cool with that. So, hey, it took us to the 9th, but we did it. Phil's fight. Oh, what did I do here? All right, let me go ahead. Got another ad. All right, Philly sports fans. Great moments don't just happen. That happens with you in the crowd. Sherry'sTickets.com is easy to use and has no hidden fees. That's right, no hidden fees. The price you see is the price you pay. Pay less, play more with Sherry'sTickets.com and get the tickets you want. Save even more by using the exclusive promo code EOP10 and share an experience that will live on. Don't pay hidden fees and save 10%. Why use any other ticket reseller and get those hard to come by tickets to the big game? If you need a more personal touch, give them a call at 610-494-5050. Sherry'sTickets.com also has great theater and concert tickets that are hard to get your hands on. Remember, don't overpay with rest and save with the best at Sherry'sTickets.com. For that next great moment, save 10% by using the promo code EOP10. Great moments start at Sherry'sTickets.com. Let me get in some more of these comments. Star Wars saying Cody Clemens in left field was wild. Yeah, and he made a nice play. I mean, it might have been a little too adventurous for me. Maybe if he was a better left fielder, he would have been in a better position where he didn't have to, throw his hand up there, and might be able to flip Merrifield to a contender. Possibly. But if the guy's playing like doo-doo, I mean, I don't know. Maybe if you flip him to a contender, what is the contender going to give you in return, right? You're going to want a piece that can help you contend. So I don't know. Maybe somebody does have an extra bullpen arm. I know. I think they're pretty hard to come by. No, they're not hard to come by from teams that are out of it. But if you're trying to get one from a contender, that could be hard to come by. So I don't know. Maybe there is a move there somewhere. And no, you would not get much. I don't know. Maybe just to get rid of his I don't know. Maybe just to get rid of his salary. We saw Cave go over. Yeah, our Jake Cave lives on in the hearts of many. Talking Philly sports with Matty B. I can already feel the hate coming through the screen. How many runners did Stubbs allow to get in the scoring position tonight via the steal? I don't know, Matty B, but I know you have that stat, and it's fine. Didn't he throw a runner out at second too? I mean, look, Stubbs not JT, but that's okay. He had a fine game overall. He helped this team. He contributed more to the winning of this team than to the losing. They didn't lose, and he helped them win. So that's all right. Joey Sheeran, Bryce is the best thing that ever happened to Philly sports. Wow, is he? I don't know if that's a hot take or not, Joey Sheeran, because I love Bryce. You know what I saw? I saw there was a stat that came up, and it was on the opposing team's broadcast. So you wouldn't have saw it if you were just watching the Philly game. But I was just scrolling through Twitter during the commercials or X, and they said Bryce Harper has been thrown out of games 21 times. The current guys in the majors, 21 times, and the next closest guy is 9. I love Bryce. He's super intense, and I feel like if he didn't have the cast around him, I feel like that guy is just like it's like a powder keg. For me, he kind of reminds me of Mike Schmidt. I don't know. I don't know. I like him a lot. He had 3. All right. Didn't hurt us. It was all right. Nothing's perfect. Danny Sav Danny Savage, draft guru. It's 2025 draft NFL talk. Okay. Already, huh? I I truly wish I can like baseball. I just can't. Baseball is an awesome sport, man. And you know what? It's hard. So you love football. I see that with your avatar and all that. But and football 17 games and you live and die with each loss. All right. But baseball, the mindset's different because the season's so long. There are going to be peaks and valleys and winning streaks and losing streaks and good baseball and bad baseball. But if you got a good product on the field, I mean, after the end of the year, it just like in 2008 when the Phillies won, it was so satisfying. Just you know, I, I lived and died with each of those games, but they all meant something at the end because they won the title, right? And if the Phillies take the MLB record for most wins in a season and don't win the World Series, yeah, that would probably be pretty disappointing because if you would have asked the 2001 Seattle Mariners, I'm pretty sure they'd rather have the title than the most wins ever. Elephant in the room. I'm all right with just trading away his salary. No offense to the guy or anything. He's just not used much here. And I see better uses for his roster spot. Yeah, I mean, if he's cooked, nobody's going to want him, and the guys, let's assume guys in baseball are smarter than us. They probably are, maybe just a little bit. Sometimes it seems like they're not though, but I don't know. I think he's kind of cooked. I hope he's not. 21 times equals perfect Philly, says Joey Sheeran. Yeah, I mean, getting thrown out of a game is a Philly move, right? That's definitely a Philadelphia thing. Matty B. Don't ever compare the greatest third baseman in the history of the game to Bryce Harper again. I just meant their mindsets while they were playing. Well, Mike Schmidt was always a serious guy when he played. I feel like I called Mike Schmidt earlier today the Bret Hart of baseball. And for my wrestling fans, you know what I'm talking about. Bret Hart so serious with the wrestling, and wrestling was a staged event. And it's just like nobody ever told Bret Hart that wrestling was staged, right? It was predetermined. But Mike Schmidt just always seemed tightly wound up. Now I don't know. I was a kid. I just know the stories, right? I don't know. Matty B, you would know a little more. But I think Mike Schmidt mellowed with age. I still love Mike Schmidt. I got a shirt of him with his with his rookie card on the shirt. I love that shirt. And yes, he is the greatest third baseman to ever play. Ever. Joey sharing this season, I live and breathe each win and loss. Yeah, guys like us do. You still do. We're Philadelphia. Even though we're not supposed to, your mind still goes there. And, I'm Negadelphia. So, okay, bigger college guy plus handicapper. Nice. Joey says, don't pay attention to Matty B. No, Matty B, you always got to have the yin to the yang, man. It's all good, man. It's all good here. Baseball would be dangerous with that many games. Look up the movie Bad LT, the original one. Oh, Bad Lieutenant. Yeah, man. Oh, man. Yo, to me, Harvey Keitel's best movie. Check out Bad Lieutenant if you have never seen it. Bro, that movie, man, it hit me in the feels, man. I felt bad for that dude. Oh, my God. I was sad, man. I was sad. Check out that movie. I don't want to spoil it. This is a good movie. John Tell Carter, what's up? These late games are killing me. Yeah, man. At least it's the weekend, though, man. I can't. If it's during the week, man, I'm asleep. I'm usually asleep. Yo, Joe. I know you had a good time tonight, buddy. You were throwing them back a bit, bro. Mike Schmidt is an asshole. All righty, all right. Danny saying Brett was huge mark until Goldberg kicked his face and gave him a stroke. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. That was I mean, that was a shame what happened to Brett there. Yeah, that was a shitty move, by a not intentional, but Bill Goldberg was raw wrestler, and that was kind of a careless move like that. Classic. Come on, Daryl. Oh man. All right. We got some more stuff to go through. Let me go ahead and, well, yeah, we'll throw this up now. All right. If you get hurt at work in a motor vehicle accident, personal injury, or affected by criminal law, you call David R. Cherry of the Cherry Firm. Cherry Law Firm is here to fight for you and get what you deserve. Cherry Law Injury Law is a dedicated, well-established personal injury law firm built on the promise of aiding the seriously injured throughout the state of Pennsylvania. If you have been seriously injured in the state of Pennsylvania by the negligence of another, and if you have questions for a Westchester or media personal injury attorney, please don't hesitate to call. Call 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Let David R. Cherry fight for your rights. Again, that number is 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. All right, everybody. And you know what time it is. Oh, you didn't know? Well, it's all right. I was just trying to do a little oh my God, the road dog, Jesse James. And look, I'm wearing my hat. Look at that. Fanning out. John Kruk, Mickey Morandini. Yes, sir. All right. The Broad Street bottom line. Take that again. The takeaways from the game in current series. Well, it's game 2 of the series. We're all tied up 1-1. We got the rubber match tomorrow, so we can take the series tomorrow. And I see that we have a great chance of happening with Mr. Ranger Suarez on the mound. Cool as a cucumber. Senor Suave. He is the man. Takeaways from the game, though. Phillies fought to the end. It looked like a snooze fest. Aaron Nola didn't have his stuff in the beginning, but credit him for coming back and finding his stuff, pitching 6 strong innings. In the end, the final line was fine. Kept the Phillies in the game. And then top of the 9th, Phillies come through. Marsh, Sosa, and Bryce Harper with the cherry on top. Schwarber, he had himself a day. And the Phillies just keep fighting, man. And the guys, Stubbs had a decent game at the plate, and that defensive play, the third base line, and Matty B is going to tell you about the runners of scoring position. But overall, if we're going to compare, overall, we give Stubbs a plus for the game, right? He did He did enough to help the team win rather than the other way, help them lose. So good for the Phils, kicking butt, best team in Major League Baseball, 7-game lead over the Bravos, and yeah, they just what else? And the 17th come from behind win this season. Love to see it, most in Major League Baseball, and that's because we are the Fightin' Phils on the Fightin's final here. When he shoots the radio. Yeah, you know what was crazy? I had to look up in Bad Lieutenant, so I had to go back to this. But the whole game situation, that never happened because I was thinking to myself, I don't, again, I don't want to spoil it, but this isn't really spoiling it. Uh, Side in the game, Harvey Keitel likes to bet. It was a 7-game World Series between, shoot, and I'm forgetting it. It's the Mets. And is it the Mets and the Yankees? But whatever it was a series that never happened because I'm like, nobody ever came back from 7 other than, the first team was 2004, the Boston Red Sox. They came back in the World. They were down 0-3 and came back, and no one else did that before. And this movie was in the, take place in the 80s or whatnot, right? And I think Daryl Strawberry and stuff. I forgot who they were playing on the other end, but yeah, I was like, this is a made up series. And I had to look it up because it's a made up. So the radio performance of that game, that has to be the coolest fake, game radio broadcast in a movie. That was amazing. I thought it was incredible. So check that out. That movie was fire. Red Sox came back 0-3 and 0-4 ALCS. All right, thanks, Matty B. Yeah, not the World Series, but yeah, but no team had ever done that before. So yeah, when this was happening in that movie and it was the World Series and they were down 0-3 to take it to 7, yeah, that didn't happen. But I had to look it up to make sure because the radio broadcast in the movie seems so authentic. Lil G Griffith, I'm a big fan of the Phillies. I'm going to be an uncle. That's awesome, Little G. That's good stuff right there. All right. And now we're going to go ahead and all right, let's take a look around the league here and look at some of these scores. I'm pretty sure every game has ended now. We have the Tigers edging out the Blue Jays 2-1 in Detroit. And in Queens, we have the Giants smashing those Mets 7-2. Love to see it. And in Minnesota, the Twinkies beat the Rangers 5-3. And in Chicago, the South Side. Is it the South Side? Oh, shoot. Now I don't know. Anyway, the White Sox lost to the Orioles 5-3. Let me know if that's the South Side. I believe it is, not the North Side. And in Washington, the Nationals beat the Mariners 3-1. And in Pittsburgh, the Pirates beat the Braves 4-1. And the Athletics beat the Astros 3-1. And in Tampa, the Royals beat the Rays 7-4. In in Boston, the Brewers beat the Red Sox 6-3. And in Cincinnati, the Reds beat the Dodgers 3-1. The Cardinals squeaked out a win at home against the Chicago Cubbies, the Northsiders, 7-6. And in Colorado, your Fightin' Phillies dismantled the Rockies 8-4. And the Guardians beat the Angels in LA 4-3. And in San Diego, the Yankees beat the Padres 4-1. And the D-backs won a squeaker against the Marlins 3-2 in Arizona. And that was your look around the bases. So yeah, tomorrow we have Ranger Suarez game tomorrow. The final game of the 3-game set against the Colorado Rockies in Denver starts at 3:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Ranger, Mr. Rager, Senor Suave cool as a cucumber, going up against Cal Quantrill. So if Ranger keeps, going on this Cy Young bid that he's going on, that he's, campaigning for, I think we got a good chance to take this series. Pretty confident in that. So, and Colorado's not good. So if we do take the series, people are just going to complain that we again whooped on a under 500 team. But what the hell? What are you going to do? All right. And before we wrap things up tonight, let me go ahead and show you what we got coming up tomorrow. It's the end of the week here. This was all the great. Look at all the shows we have here for you at Edge of Philly Sports. This was all the good stuff we had for you this week. And tomorrow, round out the week with PM in the AM at 9 a.m. And then we have the Fighting's Final tomorrow. And then at 9 p.m., we have the All Across All the Time show. So make sure you check out these shows and support our other guys here at EOP. And to wrap things up, we got Matty B. Matty B will be on tomorrow for the final game on the Fighting's Final. He'll be calling that with you guys, going over the recap. Candace Marie Smith, is Philly trying to bring the Athletics here, or is that just a rumor? I think that's more like of a parody. I think people are just playing around. Um, where are you going to put? Where are you going to have two teams? I don't know. I don't think we can support two teams in Philadelphia. I don't know. Could New Jersey, but I thought they already have plans. They're going to be in Vegas and getting a stadium in Vegas built and all that. So I thought all that stuff's already worked out. But I don't think people are really trying to get the Athletics here. I just think it's more of a playful rumor, a parody. The Athletics used to be in Philadelphia, then they moved to Oakland. So yeah, I don't think there's much to that there. But if it happens, I'm not going to become an Athletics fan. I mean, I'm with Philadelphia here. All right, everybody. I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. It's almost 1 a.m. I am dead tired, and I'm sure some of you are too. So please, if you haven't already, before you go ahead and log off for the night, please like and share. And if you haven't already, subscribed to EOP Sports. I'm Sal G. You can follow me at Twitter at Sal G Philly. Have a great night, everybody. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you next time. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. Take care, everyone. Peace. Oh, man, I always forget doing this, man. This is just like people think I'm playing around. I just always forget to do it. All right, everybody. Peace.